just about remodeling. It's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on, Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealership.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Oh, the highs and lows of volleyball. We saw them last week on Tuesday in this very gymnasium, Sentinel Gymnasium, on the campus of Minot North High School. Sometimes you find yourself down 0-2, and you say, well, that's a really big mountain to climb, and then you just reach the summit, and Minot North did that the last time we saw them against Minot High. Still kind of shocked how it happened, a 3-2 win over Minot High, but as coaches will say, that's now behind us. Obviously, we can like what happened results-wise, but you got to move forward, and now in their next match since the huge comeback win over the Midgets, Minot North takes the court against Dickinson High School tonight on the PSP Network. Welcome into our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show with timely services that won't slow you down and no appointment needed. It's a stay-in-your-car drive-through oil change service. It'll take about 15 minutes at any of the Valvoline Instant Oil Change locations in Minot or Bismarck. Also find out what they do online at VIOC.com. Alongside Melissa Spelchen, I'm Owen Patterson on the call for tonight's volleyball match between the Midgets of Dickinson and Sentinels of Minot North. Minot North, everybody in the West seemingly everybody in Class A volleyball has gotten a week off since last Tuesday. Sometimes a lot can happen there. You can maybe gain a lot of focus, learn a lot of things, or lose a bit of focus. And taking that extra couple days here, what do you expect to see from these teams after the time off?
I really expect them to be rested and fired up, ready to go with point one, honestly. When you have that much rest in such a grind of a season, that's what it should be used for, is for rest. And I think definitely Coach Francis saw with her team last week just the highs and the lows emotionally and mentally that it took for them to pull out that incredible win last Tuesday for Minot North. You know, Dickinson not as familiar with their schedule recently. I did text a friend of mine, thanks Billy Sue, appreciate you. In Dickinson, she said that they're playing very well. When I saw them play Minot High, they were playing well then. And so if they got some rest and got a bunch of reps, and what I mean by that, Owen, is just consistent reps on assists, on setting, on passing and serve receive. And really what I think the theme of the night will be is serving. Did you take the time, a little bit of extra time with this week of rest to serve a ton of balls, so that when you go into this latter part of the season, not only are you serving well and aggressively, but possibly more and more ace serves with your aggression. So look for that after a nice week off. I missed you, Owen, I must say. I missed.
It's usual
weird
for us. We only have a volleyball broadcast every Tuesday, so we're still on schedule. These teams not necessarily.
Okay, well, I still missed you, Owen, so just know that. But yeah, look for the teams to come out fired up and ready to go. Point one.
Absolutely. Well, we have more to break down on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. That continues after this commercial break. You're watching WDA Volleyball on the PSP Network.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair.
Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with the hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair. Jersey Mike slices your sub right in front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese, it has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice, oh yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice, oh yeah.
Order for Danny?
Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers. That's right, Carson. You may be number 11 on the field, but at First Western, you and our customers are never just a number.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
When our customers call with a question, we answer their call personally.
Now that's pro-level service.
Thanks, Carson. Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
We've changed our name, but we haven't changed the DNA of who we are. We still offer the best product at the best price with the same people. For over 25 years, we've been your only choice for tires in the local area, providing all major brands under one roof at a fair price for your family's budget. Plus that excellent service after the sale with free rotations, free alignment check, free flat repairs with our exclusive Plus plan. That tradition continues today. Looking for tires you can trust? Choose us. Trusted Tire and Auto.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
Well, the warm-up shirts today for Minot North say trust the process. I don't think we've seen those ones before. They must have ordered those ahead of set 3 against Minot High last week. That's something new for the Sentinels as they got a massive win a week ago to get back to kind of their old ways at the start of the season and get back into a nice position in the WDA standings, which we'll take a look at right now, the Shields of Minot and Bismarck WDA Volleyball standings. And it's better to look at these in groups of 4. 3 groups of 4 is really what we're looking at here in terms of the WDA tournament. The top 4 teams will get right into the quarterfinals. They have to avoid a play-in game on November the 7th. Right now, those teams are Century, Bismarck High, Minot, and Legacy. But then there's Dickinson, a half game back of the Sabres and the Midgets at number 5. So a win tonight and other things that could happen, and Dickinson could be in the top 4 by the end of the day, but obviously still a couple weeks left of work to do for the Midgets and everybody else. But Dickinson's the bubble team at number 5 right now in play-in game position. Jamestown, Minot North, and St. Mary's currently in position to host a play-in game as well. Williston, Mandan, Watford City, and Turtle Mountain, the bottom 4. They'll be on the road at the moment, November 7th, for a play-in game. So isolating these 2 teams in particular, Dickinson obviously want to get in that top 4. For Minot, that's unrealistic at this point, but hosting that play-in game where they've played so well here in this gymnasium, that's definitely their goal to hold on to that positioning by season's end.
Yeah, that would be critical. And one of the things I want to mention about Minot North in terms of like getting back in their groove from the beginning of the year, you know, I know that they have higher expectations for themselves. Every team does, but we got to give them a little grace. I mean, they are new, right? Like, you know, they've been playing a couple years, but it's hard to play when you don't have a home court, right? So now they have their home court, and there's so many things that come with that. Definitely a little bit more pressure, also just a lot of excitement. So honestly, I believe that last week's win against Minot High should spur them into an awesome position here before these play-in games I guess in a couple weeks, right?
Yep, November the 7th are the play-in games. There's 4 of them before our WDA tournament coverage begins on November the 14th, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from Minot High School, available on PSP Network Plus. I'm excited for postseason volleyball. More excited than I am for quarterfinal football this weekend.
Wow. Let's mark that down, Owen. Please. The last thing about Dickinson, yeah, you don't really want to be that 5th place team. You kind of want to have a bye into a quarterfinal on November 14th, I think, right? Is where we're at, November 14th. So, and I don't know strength of schedule for Minot High is number 4, right? So and I'm looking at Dickinson's strength of schedule. They play at Watford. They play here tonight, and obviously they need to have a win tonight to try to have a chance to get into that 4th. And then they have Watford City, Jamestown, and Turtle Mountain. So they have 4 matches left. Don't know exactly Minot High's, but that's where they're probably gunning for, is to get into that 4th spot and push that 4th spot person down to the 5th. So yeah, for Dickinson, who, like my friend said, is playing well, this is a big match for them tonight.
Yeah, let's take a look at those Northern Plains Eating Air keys to the game to get you a better idea on how a win could happen for either side. Northern Plains Heating Air has been your trusted dealer for, your factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal for over 25 years. There's no other choice to seal your heating and air game than with Northern Plains. Find them online at northern-plains.com. Well, for Dickinson today, control the pace. These are 2 teams that are going to be swinging all day long. They have some extraordinary hitters. I mean, just the names that jump off the page: Jenna Nelson for Dickinson and Katie Shipman for Minot North. But Dickinson, they're going to want to play fast today, get out to an early lead, and not really let the Sentinels get settled in at all.
Yeah, and I think they might have a little bit more court experience in terms of their starting 6 over Minot North starting 6. So that makes a ton of sense as a game plan that Dickinson wants to get out there. They likely want to serve aggressively, put Minot North on the defensive in terms of their serve receive to offense, and try to get some free balls out of Minot North to be able to run a nice, smooth offense with Jenna Nelson, Lukey, Selly, etc., etc.
For the Minot North Sentinels, no quit. We've never seen a perfect match of volleyball by far, ever. But for the Sentinels, things can go wrong, but obviously we've seen things can go right at the same time. The Sentinels, they just can't ever count themselves out of a match.
Yeah, they kind of weigh on your heartstrings like the Minnesota Vikings do. As a Vikings fan, like, you just don't know what's going on with them in a couple sets in a match. But, you know, I do love their resiliency. I love their heart. They're never out of it. Their coaching staff believes in them, and that truly matters, and it will definitely matter tonight for them to pull out a win against a probably more experienced Dickinson team.
Maybe a key to the game for both sides today is serving. It's an area of the game we harp on so much as broadcasters. Want to see good serving. That's just not been the case at all times for these teams we've seen.
Yeah, and you know, with these new kind of 4-step serves and float serves and jump serves and all these different things going on, there's a lot of more room for error than just standing there, tossing it, and hitting it. So, you know, if you're looking at high risk, high reward, or high risk, low reward, I think when it comes to serving, for me, as someone who honestly played around with my serve for multiple years, you have to be situational. So, for example, like if you have a bigger lead, do you have the ability to be a little bit more aggressive? Yes, you do. If you don't have a lead, put that ball in play. Make sure you give your team a chance. Now, with that being said, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, they've had a week, which means that you should have been working on your serves after practice. So I'd like to see some aggressive serving early on and in unique spots. But overall, as a coaching staff, you're always telling kids, especially at critical moments, keep the ball in the court.
And we're going to do our best not to jinx any of those serves tonight as well, like we've done so much this season. We'll break down more of this matchup by looking at some of the individuals to watch in our Press Twitch Orthodontics Players to Watch segment. That's coming up. More of the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show after this commercial break on the PSP Network.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
An injury can happen anywhere, at any time, to anyone. It's not really something you can schedule on your calendar. But when it happens to you and it's not your fault, there's one law firm to remember. That firm is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We live here and take pride in helping our community. We know this area inside and out. We put in the work and fight for what's right so justice can prevail for you. That is what we're all about. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
When property owners in Bismarck and Minot seek transformation, ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling. It's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shaw's Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shaw's Crossroads.
Head coach of the Minot North Sentinels, Carrie Francis, getting her team prepared for another big match in the WDA tonight against Dickinson High School. Minot North started the conference play 5-3, really impressive in the first few weeks against conference opponents, but their most recent 8 matches, they've gone 1-7 in that one win, the most recent against Minot High. Some of the top performers for the Sentinels have been on the front row and highlighted today in our Prestwich Orthodontics Players to Watch segment. Prestwich Orthodontics specializes in braces and Invisalign for all ages. They offer 0% financing and free consultations, virtual or in office. Enjoy professional treatment in a fun, relaxed atmosphere. Check them out at minotbraces.com. Well, going back to that last broadcast that we had against Minot High, we gave the MVP to one of the most consistent players on the court that night, which was Avon Kelly, but the team leader in kills ended up being Katie Shipman, tying a program record with 17 kills, something she did against the Mandan Braves earlier in the year. Saw a lot of signs of the old Katie Shipman from earlier in the season, really consistent there. You expect a lot of the same. Get back on track for Katie tonight.
Absolutely, and honestly, Owen, you know, her offensive game, powerful, right? Defensive game, pretty solid, I'd say. Her serve receive passing, solid as well. Really where I believe she's the biggest difference maker for Minot North is her emotional leadership. She really out there, when she is on mentally and emotionally, it changes, I think, the body language and the play of her entire team. I mean, she is a spitfire, and I absolutely love that for her. So look for that to be what she brings, especially with the rest. But absolutely, I think for me, I would probably look at the setters and the distribution that the setters have to do for Minot North in Bryn Francis and Kaya Chell. I think if you're going to go up against Dickinson, who has a lot of experience, you have to move the ball around a lot. You cannot be predictable and be going to Katie Shipman all the time, which means that Liam and absolutely Kelly has to show up, and Craig and the other powerhouse, and maybe Jessen gets back in a little bit, right? So look for the setters, Bryn Francis and Kaya Chell, to have a big match for Minot North to be successful.
And we can't talk about the kill statistic without mentioning the conference leader in that stat category, Jenna Nelson, the junior from Dickinson. Coming off a match recently, she had 28 kills against Legacy, 15 or more in each of the last 5 times she's been out on the court in a conference match. There's simply no one better this season at getting a kill for her team than Jenna Nelson.
Yeah, and what that tells me, that she had 28 against Legacy, a high-powered team, especially in the WDA, is that she's getting the ball in all kinds of spots because she's the most reliable.
She's led the team in kills in every game for the last 2 seasons running. Jenna Nelson has been that important to the Dickinson Midgets' success on the volleyball court. It's time for the national anthem and starting lineups here in Sentinel Gymnasium. Turn down to the public address announcer and we'll come back with the rest of our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show after this.
Owen, talk about pace. I love anthems that go a little faster. Excellent job by the Minot North group. And obviously what we're expecting from Dickinson in terms of their pace of offense tonight.
Just going to say we had an up-tempo national anthem and an up-tempo match of volleyball here again. The last time these two teams met, it was earlier in the season, obviously the first time these two teams met, and it went to 5 sets. What do you know, a Minot team playing a 5-set match, and this time PSP Network will be around to see it. We have, 5 consecutive matches that have gone all the way to 5 sets now. Why won't it happen again today between Dickinson and Minot North? Another reminder, this is the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. They know you're busy. That's why when you visit any of their service centers in Minot or Bismarck, they don't waste your time or their own. Valvoline Instant Oil Change technicians can typically perform a full-service oil change in about 15 minutes. Find out more what they do online at VIOC.com. How about we take a look at this crazy week of broadcasts on the PSP Network. Standalone volleyball game tonight from Sentinel Gymnasium in Minot, and then we'll be back on the volleyball court on Thursday as Bismarck High travels to take on St. Mary's. Very similar setup to a match than we have tonight between Dickinson and Minot North. You got the Demons, who are ranked on the polls that came out today, tied for 5th with Fargo Davies, and St. Mary's, who's right there with Minot North, looking to solidify their spot in hosting a play-in game, and then 7 football games that we're going to broadcast this weekend.
Wow.
The 3A and 2A season, the regular season, culminates on the PSP Network with Minot High, Bismarck High, St. Mary's, and Minot North all hosting games. And then the 9-man and single-A playoffs, the 9-man playoffs began a week ago. We'll have coverage from South Prairie and Grant County Flasher in the 9-man second round. And then Velva Drake Anamoose Garrison hosts Southern McLean on Saturday afternoon in the 11A first round. I've never seen a PSP Network schedule like this. 2 volleyball, 7 football this week. You can always find a reason to watch, a team to root for this week on the PSP Network.
You don't even have room there to put another football game.
We really don't.
On the list Friday and Saturday. I wish you guys well. Definitely safe traveling to all those different football games.
I've heard a rumor they're going to be broadcasting from one of those construction lifts, scissor lifts in South Prairie. So Have fun out in the wind and the cold there of an October fall playoff atmosphere.
Just so you know, I'm not available.
Okay. I think
could be something with heights, but I just am not available.
Yeah, it's more about the wind there and feeling safe up in the wind out there on South Prairie. I'm glad to be in the press box in Velva on
warmer.
Saturday afternoon.
Yeah,
a little bit warmer.
Yeah. You know, we talked about the Minot North setters. I have to give a shout out. I'm pretty sure it's Thomaston.
Yep.
I think on the Dickinson side. What I recall from that match against Minot High at the Minot High Gymnasium, Thomaston was incredible. So look for her to obviously kind of compete against the athleticism of Francis and Chell on the Minot North side.
Second-year head coach of the Dickinson Midgets, Taylor Hafner. You know, pretty good hire there for Guy Fridley, the athletic director at Dickinson. Her first year as the head coach of the team, won West Region Coach of the Year, bringing this Dickinson team to some new heights as they look to accomplish one of their biggest goals, a first West Region championship since 2006. I've got a trivia question for you coming up later in the show about Dickinson's volleyball history and what they're trying to do here in 2024. The first-year head coach of the varsity Minot North Sentinels is Carrie Francis. Her team 8-20 to start this season. We're getting into the final few weeks of the regular season play, and just 5 matches to go. It'll count for 6 results because of the double counter.
Yeah. Oh, let's talk about the double counter, Owen, please.
Well, it's a good thing this volleyball match is about to get started, so we don't have to talk about that.
So, again, a week off for both these teams, kind of, I would assume. Like they probably had some consistent practices as they geared up closer to this match. Look for serves to be in and look for serve receive to be spot on.
Dickinson's last match, a 3-0 win over Williston. They come in at 18-11, 11-5 in the conference and 4-2 on the road. It'll be the home team, though, Minot North serving first, and we're underway with WDA Volleyball tonight on the PSP Network. First swing comes from the near side, and Lexi Bradley, a few touches there on the Sentinel side, but Dickinson has the first points. And obviously we mentioned a lot about Jenna Nelson in the pregame show, but there's a lot of different players that have been adding to the stat sheet for Dickinson, especially on that front row, and Bradley, who goes back to serve, is one of them. Nice serve to the back row. The pass is from Bryn Francis. She's going to be the one to play it over the net. Free ball for the Midgets. They're going to set it up. Here's the first chance for Jenna Nelson. That is just out of bounds. Point for Minot North. Watch this again on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
Yeah, and absolutely. Just, I mean, maybe inches out there for Nelson. After Kaylee Embry, the junior libero from Dickinson, had a couple nice passes, both defensively and service receive. Free ball here from Minot North.
They'll go to the center, Francis, and she picks up the kill. Francis on the season has just 45, but takes the opportunity and makes the most of it.
Yeah, 45's a lot for a setter, honestly, a 6'2 setter. I would have loved to have those numbers. When I ran a 6'2, I was blessed to run a lot of 5'1s in my day. So, but definitely when you have the opportunity to get the ball and you're the setter to hit it, that's a fun feeling.
Kill there for Jersey Lukey, the junior middle blocker, standing 6 foot. This is a pretty young Dickinson team, just one senior on the varsity roster, and that is Lauren Selly. And a serve as well for Lukey.
Yeah, a little bit more movement needs to happen there on serve receive for Minot North. So,
saw it again on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
So Dickinson is younger, but they seem to have a lot of court experience together, I think is what it is. So definitely a unified team over there in the black and orange.
Yeah, not to say that Minot North is much older. A few more seniors on the lineup, but still a team very much made up of juniors and sophomores for the Minot North Sentinels. 3-3 score on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Just getting started with the first set tonight on the PSP Network. A set at the net from Cecilia Homiston. And a nice dig there in the back row by Shipman.
Great play.
Finding the hole on the court were the Midgets as they go back in front 4-3.
Yeah, excellent play by the setter there, Cecilia Homiston, who read kind of the defense of Minot North, that they were a little bit scrambly, and so she sent that second ball over for essentially we call it two-handed block kill. So many things I have to teach you still, I know.
Jenna Nelson with the serve for Dickinson. McKinley Craig just floats that one over the net, gives the Midgets a chance. We'll get that number very shortly. Back row Nelson. The set up from Homiston to the middle. Count it for Lauren Selly, and watch it again on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
Yeah, that was a gorgeous swing by Selly. Swung hard to her right. To her left. Hard cross-court shot out of the middle with her right arm.
Number 14 is who's number 1 on your roster there, Kiera Paulson.
Oh, thank you. Nice serve by Nelson as well.
Diving for it out of bounds was Lexi Bradley. Keeps it alive for the Midgets. Francis Goes to Chell, back to Francis from the middle of the court. Minot North down 2. Looked like Selly kind of hesitated up there before she hit it. Still counts as a kill.
Yeah, I think what happened was she approached a little bit early, so she was hanging in the air. Nice athletic play by Selly, and she's an impact player here in the first part of set 1.
Craig into the net. Well, we're already seeing the amount of talent Dickinson has playing in the front row, both offensively and defensively. It doesn't end with just Nelson, Selly, Lukey, Bradley.
Yeah, Bradley's played some nice defense, as has Kaylee Embry early. Right there's a nice dig by Embry.
The libero in the white jersey for Dickinson tonight. Point for the Midgets as that one, it's just inside the back line.
Yeah, nice job by Kiera Paulson, junior outside hitter for Dickinson.
Quite a run here going for the Midgets as they take an 8-3 lead. This was once tied at 3. Nelson still serving.
Free ball here.
On the overpass from Katie Shipman. Giant windup and a swing from Lauren Selly. Going to the net.
This is a good time to talk about the timing of that slide. Last week with Avon Kelly, she was spot on with her timing. That set has to be exact, and you better take off from the middle, swing around the setter to the right side, and hit that ball at its peak. It's tough to do. That's why the slide is so effective when the timing is right on.
Another kill from Lauren Selly, worthy of the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Right in the middle and goes away from any white jerseys on the other side of the net.
Right now, Dickinson is literally easily running their offense with almost no resistance with a Minot North block at all.
There's a block from Dickinson. And then a pass that falls right in between everybody in black and orange for a Sentinels point. And this first set seems eerily similar to how our last week's match started.
Yeah.
Just a few free points and Minot North having some balls drop on their side.
Yeah, I don't know. Minot North, for me, is playing way better than they did in set 1 of last week. Big swing there by Lexi Bradley. Junior right side hitter, but she had a nice set in the outside position for a kill.
Yeah, Bradley up to now 105 kills on the season. So many players already in the triple digits in that category for Dickinson. A team who's won 4 consecutive WDA matches. Back set to the back row. Nelson didn't have enough height on it. 6-10 Minot North as they go back to serve. Avon Kelly back onto the court for Minot North in their home white jerseys today. Dickinson on the left side of your screen in the black.
Now Liskowski in the front row for Minot North. Powerful front row for Minot North right now.
Far side, it's Jersey Lukey, but out of bounds. Point for the Sentinels. Kate Weishar will continue serving. So that's Weissar. I think we've been saying it wrong all season long. Weissar.
Sorry to her and her parents. Weissar, got it.
There's Weissar diving for the ball and getting over to the net for the Midgets. Don't do much with it.
Net violation. Minot North.
Against Minot North. Good time to remind you today's broadcast on the PSP Network is brought to you in part by the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. Open Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 7 and on Saturday from 8:30 to 3 in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. Shipman off the top of the net. There was a touch there from the Midgets, so the Sentinels were able to keep playing.
Free ball for Dickinson.
Nelson. Dig there from Weissar. Another chance for Shipman. Another one that goes into the net. Just can't clear the tape, and it's 13-7 in favor of Dickinson.
I think one of the keys thus far to this 5-point lead for Dickinson, besides them running their offense really, really well, is their block is much more consistent right now than Minot North's in terms of closing blocks, getting blocks within series of plays, as well as getting touches when they need to. Minot North just seems to have a lot of split blocks going on, and Carrie Francis is calling a timeout for Minot North.
First International Bank and Trust timeout on the court. Now the score on the BNC National Bank scoreboard reads Dickinson 13, Minot North 7. Back at 30 on the PSP Network.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go, It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
First International Bank and Trust timeout on the court called by Minot North. They trail 7-13 in this first set. Dickinson's libero Kaylee Embry is at the service line as we restart play here from Sentinel Gymnasium on this Tuesday night. Craig to Francis, and then Ellie Laskowski over the net to the Midgets, and that pass is unreachable for Lexi Bradley.
Yeah, tough set there by Homiston. Bradley couldn't get to that one.
Kaya Chell checks into the match to go to serve. Ellie Laskowski heads to the bench.
Just something I'm noticing with Minot North is they haven't really been able to run much of an offense at the net. All their passes have been off the net, then the set's off the net, and so they haven't been able to really run a confident offense. Net violation, Minot North. They haven't been able to run really an offense at the net, which is where you really want to run it. I mean, obviously, a lot of the teams we've watched this year, pretty strong back row attack offenses, but you definitely want to run your best offense at the net, so look for Minot North to fix some of that.
Kelly tries to push it all the way to the back line, but Embry gets a hand on the volleyball, and that will give Dickinson the point eventually.
Yeah, and Embry deserves all the credit for that point. That was an amazing dig with one arm going the opposite way. She's played really, really well here for Dickinson in set one.
I think Dickinson as a team has really showcased their talent in this first set. There's a double block.
Yeah, nice job.
Nelson and Lukey.
Yeah, you got it. And they deserve that there with that effort on the block.
Again, Minot North called for a bit of an error there in the net. Dickinson doubling up the Sentinels so far. It's 16-8 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Over halfway through set one, Katie Shipman the hit for Minot North. Shipman now for the near side, blocked back onto her side of the court. Again, it's Lukey there along with Cecilia Homiston.
Yeah, nice job by Dickinson's net play, really, and I got to give credit to Lauren Selly. She made a beautiful set from deep six position, and she's not a setter, so nice play to get it to her power position.
There's Minot North setter Bryn Francis. And now another chance for Jenna Nelson. Sentinels unable to track it down. And the Midgets continue rolling here, and another quick First International Bank and Trust timeout taken. We've got the timeouts on your scoreboard wrong. It's not the scoreboard here in the gymnasium. We'll fix that when we return on the PSP Network.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Back inside Sentinel Gymnasium, WDA Volleyball tonight on the PSP Network. Sentinels out of timeouts here in the first set and trailing 8-18.
Great job by Craig on that hard hit by Nelson.
Shipman goes across the court, and a touch there from Jenna Nelson goes out of bounds, and the Sentinels finally end that streak of points for the Dickinson Midgets.
Yeah, and kudos to both teams. That was probably the most athletic and exciting point played thus far in this set. Great pass by Embry.
Oh, that one's going to fall for a Dickinson point. As they close in on a set 1 victory.
Yeah, big lead here of 10 points in set 1.
Going back to the Midgets' last match again against Williston. Pretty much controlled that one through and through against the Coyotes. And a service error goes against Lexi Bradley. Sorry, that was Jersey Lukey, number 22. It's a tip kill over the net from Nelson. Oh, my bad, then Lauren Selly. Here goes Nelson. She's blocked. Welcome to the match, Helena Liam.
Yeah, Liam and Francis there with a big block, and she's got a big smile on her face. Love that. Maybe that's the little momentum shift Minot North needs.
Near side, it's Nelson. Put that one on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
Yeah, that's a heck of a play there. Nelson has done it a few times, and I think it's planned. If she passes the ball, she really wants to then start her offense, and she wants to be set the ball. Kudos to her. That's fantastic. And Homiston gives her the ball when she has the serve-receive pass.
Set right in the middle of the court at the net for Liam, but sliding in for the dig is Lexi Bradley, and now swinging away. Paulson has it blocked by Minot North. Over the block of Liam and off the touch of Kaya Chow. Point for the Midgets. It's 21-11.
Yeah, I am, though, pleased here with Minot North's effort at the block, and that is definitely coming from Helena Liam, kind of connecting with Bryn Francis there on that power side of Dickinson's.
Nelson was at the service line for a long time earlier in this first set. She's back. And the first point of her rally at the service line. Well, it's a long one. Katie Shipman back row attack. Count it for the Sentinels. It'll end at 1 serve for Jenna Nelson this time around.
Yeah, nice job by Katie Shipman. Good set there by Kaya Chell. That was a smart set to give it to her most efficient hitter in the back row, Katie Shipman.
Shipman comes flying in for another back row attack. It's dug again by Bradley. Her defensive effort has really been huge for Dickinson here in set number 1. Shipman skies it for another attack. But another nice defensive play from Dickinson keeps the point alive.
Good set there by Francis.
Homiston up for Paulson. Blocked. Back row, Nelson finally ends the point.
So fun to watch how, honestly, all the teams in the WDA are utilizing that back row attack more. I tell you what, you go back 10 years and it really was like maybe one a match, and now it's part of all teams' offenses. That's fun. That's fun to watch as a fan.
I think we just saw 4 in that 1 point. Paulson out of bounds.
Yeah, and I think that's a little bit to do with Liam, right? So again, if you're getting some blocks and a little bit of touches and you're stopping that power hitter, they have to think. They have to think when they get that set the next time. And so nice job by Minot North's block. They have a lot of work to do here.
One-handed dig there from Weissar. Laskowski from well out of bounds keeps it in play, and then Shipman denies Bradley at the net. Watch it again on our Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
Yeah, and she knew she had her because that ball was tight. So Shipman knew that she had to go up and get a big solo block.
For 50 years, Ryan has been a trusted name for car buyers in western North Dakota. Shop their entire inventory online at driveryan.com or any of their locations in Minot and Williston. Back to volleyball here, 14-22 your score. Minot North trailing Dickinson. And the Sentinels at the service line. That was going to be a few too many touches there for the Midgets. And a point again for North, followed by First International Bank and Trust timeout. We'll hear from FIBT here in this commercial break. You're watching WDA Volleyball on the PSP Network.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Definitely Owen in the last couple points, I gotta say to the fans that Bryn Francis has been setting the ball very, very well. So look for her to continue to do that, to get her team to kind of close the gap on this 7-point lead that Dickinson has in set 1 here tonight.
It's going to take a pretty big comeback here with Dickinson just needing 3 points to take the first game tonight. But that'll help Minot North a little bit more. 3 in a row for the Sentinels. First International Bank and Trust is a full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built on the bond between our employees and customers. Founded in 1910 and growing to serve rural and urban communities across Arizona, Minnesota, North and South Dakota. Also find them online at FIBT.com. 16-22 the score on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Homiston sets up to the middle, and it won't count there for Selly. Chance for the Sentinels. Another dig for the libero, Embry.
Really competitive volleyball happening here the last few points.
Free ball for the Midgets. Again, it's Homiston to Selly. Point for Dickinson after a lift called against the Minot North Sentinels.
Yeah, I think that was definitely a lift, so good call there by the upper official. Again, the difference maker here really is Francis distributing the ball and Liam getting a bunch of touches. Liam and Francis or Liam and Laskowski. Oh, that's a tough one.
Selly just over the net for the second ace of the night. See it again on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
Yeah, not only are those tough to get, but they're definitely tough to get when they touch the tape and just dribble over.
Serve pro set point for Dickinson. 24-16 lead. By the back row, Nelson sets up for Lexi Bradley, and that will end set number 1. 25-16 is the score. Dickinson takes the first game, and they get a lead against Minot North. Goes right along to our Northern Plains. Eating their keys to the game. Back with more WDA Volleyball on the PSP Network after this commercial break.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Plenty of, as you call them, legends of the sport in North Dakota in attendance today in Minot North campus.
Yeah, it's really super impressive to see legends both in volleyball and then some other major sports. You have Nadine Johnson at the scorers table here at Minot North. She's a Hall of Fame golfer. You have Glee Mayer, Hall of Famer for so many different reasons, primarily track. She also was a kind of a unique group of women that went to NDSU on a basketball scholarship. I won't say how long ago, but definitely a few years ago, and has done some amazing things for female sports. You have Linda Birch, a Hall of Fame referee, and then you have Cheryl Solberg, who'd spent 34 years in the North Dakota High School Athletic Association fighting for a lot of things for females. And then you have Sherry Carlson on the Minot North bench, who, you know, she's put in so many hours. I can't even estimate how many hours she has given to the sport of volleyball in the community of Minot and surrounding area. But besides that, she's a complete class act. She came up here before the start of the match to thank Owen and I for what we're doing. So tons of legends in the house tonight. Really great to see for women's volleyball.
Here's Cheryl, you saw on your screen coming back from break here on the PSP Network as set 2 gets started with an error lining up for Minot North.
And speaking of Hall of Famer, Linda Birch, you know, and Cheryl Solberg refereed volleyball and softball, umpired some softball and refereed volleyball for, I mean, again, like so many years, but Linda's MO is she'll catch you if you're out of rotation. She will catch you, and I love that about Linda.
So Dickinson gets the head start. Don't count the serve. It's 1-0 Midgets. On the DNC National Bank scoreboard, already leading 1-0. Homiston sets up for Jenna Nelson like so many times before this season. But the Sentinels defense is there to keep the point alive. They'll go to the middle and Jersey, Lukey.
Embry might have double-figure digs already in this match for Dickinson.
Right between two Minot North defenders. There's that attack from Lexi Bradley, counted as a kill, 2-0 Dickinson.
Yeah, I think there's multiple reasons why Jenna Nelson is so effective. One of them is that she is hanging in the air a long time. And why is that important? Because she can obviously have a bunch of offensive shots for that, and then it's hard to block her because you don't know when she's actually going to kill the ball.
Jenna Nelson, not only on the volleyball court, known for jumping high, an all-stater in track and field. Took 8th place in the high jump, a personal best of 5'1".
That makes tons of sense then, why she has probably one of the best approaches in the WDA.
Yeah, all-state high jumper as a sophomore for Dickinson last spring on that awful day for state track and field.
Yeah, there's been a few like state tournaments. Golf has really struggled to have good weather in the last boys and girls seasons.
Weissar, the libero, sets up to McKinley Craig from the back row.
Nice approach
and
there.
Bradley ends another point. Second of the set for number 12.
I want to try to explain. It's very difficult when you're a right-hander getting a ball on the right side. So I got to give Bradley credit, right? Because that ball has to come over your shoulder, your left shoulder, so you can swing and have a great swing on your right with your right arm. So nice job by Lexi Bradley and Dickinson and Homiston setting the ball in her sweet spot to get that right side kill. Nice dig by Nelson.
And again, she gets the pass. She wants the kill as well, but the dig made by Craig. She's still on the court trying to find the volleyball. Free ball here for the Midgets. Tip kill from Jenna Nelson. Again dug, this time by Bryn Francis. Long pass to Nelson, a third chance. Shipman on the near side, tries to go across the net. That doesn't work. Point for Dickinson. They lead 4-1 on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
You know, Homiston's not afraid. I mean, she set Nelson, what did you say, 3-4 times in that series of plays. That ball is going out to Nelson a lot. So to have that many kills means, I get it, she's getting the ball a lot, but you still have to put the ball away. So her kill efficiency, I'd love to know that number. There's a block for Nelson for a point.
Started with a nice serve from Lexi Bradley. Overpass from Weissar, and then Nelson just gets that ball over the net and down for a point. And the Midgets again off to a great start here in the second set. Remember, they led 8-3 in the first set before that timeout was called. Now up 6-1 in the second.
Yeah, very similar to set one here, and Minot North doesn't want to go down that same exact road. Good hustle by Embry. Wow, I think she came in from the back line there. Tough ball at the net. Point Minot North. And they needed it. They needed it.
Haven't said Avon Kelly's name a lot. She's back in off the bench, replacing Helena Liam, who goes to the athletic trainer. Weissar with the serve for the Sentinels. Homiston sets up near side for Jersey Lukey.
Yeah, great serve receive pass there by Lexi Bradley and Homiston to Lukey. Really well done off serve receive offensive play for Dickinson.
7-2 lead for the Midgets on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Your life is busy. That's why they'll make managing your money easy. With locations in North Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona. You can also find them online at bnc.bank. The swing went into the net from Kelly and back to the Minot North side. And
this was the score, wasn't it? 8-2 or was it 8-3?
8-3.
Okay, yeah, that's right, because it was tied 3-3.
But Dickinson had a lead as large as, I believe, 10 in that first set. Kelly gets blocked to the net twice, but
both
on the second time.
Reserve.
Oh, here's a new one.
Hey,
put it on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Some new call every single broadcast.
And good for Linda Birch, Hall of Famer. She calls the double contact on the net. Reserve for Dickinson.
It'll be Jersey Lukey to serve. She is the team leader in aces at 27 in conference play. 2.1 a match. Like a bit of a free ball here for Dickinson, but Homiston.
That was odd that just happened there too.
Maybe we'll rewatch that one following a Katie Shipman kill. Here it is on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
Yeah, thanks. And
most of it.
Yeah, you right the beginning part of that, because Homiston goes up to try to get a kill with her block. It goes into the net, but it was still playable because you obviously have 3 contacts.
Another service error on Minot North, and I tried. I said today I was going to take all the stats.
And that's
but the only stat we've taken is service errors.
Yeah, and I got it.
Yes.
For sure. Last few times McKinley Craig has passed the ball very well for Minot North.
Followed by a Dickinson service error there from Nelson.
I think what Avon Kelly needs to figure out, she's struggling with the Dickinson block, so she's got to either ask for the ball in different spaces or maneuver her offensive shots against that block.
Point for Dickinson. Kill goes to the senior Lauren Selly.
Yeah, Dickinson just, again, without, it seems, Liam on the court there, Dickinson's just having their way offensively.
Back-to-back service errors against the Midgets. In an area of the match they could really be putting Minot North away. They keep giving the Sentinels a few chances here in the second set.
Yeah, absolutely.
New player into the match for Minot North. It's Allie Chell. Oh. And I think Carrie Francis is saying we need a sub in for one of the front row players, but the person who was in earlier, Helena Liam, still being checked out by the athletic trainer. And now a First International Bank and Trust timeout. We might keep it here to do some explaining as Liam now comes sprinting back onto the court with one shoe on to maybe get back into this match.
Yeah, it feels like Coach Francis is slightly irritated there.
Well,
I mean, not a whole lot you can do when your player's getting taped. So what was supposed to happen there was Liam needed to come in for, I think, gosh, I don't even know in the back row who that was supposed to be. But she wasn't ready, so then I guess the player didn't want to come into the front row and play one rotation of middle. And so then Coach Francis tried to sub in Allie Chell, but I think it was late. So then the only option she had was to call a timeout. And now she'll be able to get Liam in, I think.
Yep, Liam is on the court now for the Sentinels, number 25.
Which honestly, I mean, with what the impact that Liam had towards the end of set 1, it's really, besides Francis setting the ball really well, Liam's touches and blocks were really important for Minot North to get a rhythm in the set 1 towards the end, even though they lost it. So I understand why Coach Francis really wanted her in there.
Well, we didn't go to commercial. It's a good time to remind you that this broadcast of high school volleyball on the PSP Network is brought to you in part by Minot State University, with more than 96% of recent Minot State grads employed or continuing their education. MSU grads get jobs, period. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. Bradley, the swing goes out of bounds. Minot North serving down 6-10.
And again, another nice serve receive pass by Embry for Dickinson. And then there's another one. Might have got lucky there. That might have been out. Free ball here for Dickinson.
Thomaston to the middle for Selly. Blocked again by Liam.
Beautiful.
This one's up in the rafters on the pass from Kelly to Chell. Back to Shipman. That defense for the Dickinson Midgets has not let Minot North get much. Another back row attack for Shipman. Takes a little bit off of it. Sliding over is Embry for the dig. Near side, Bradley goes to the back row. Shipman with the dig. Liam crashes into Chell, but the ball gets over the net.
Shipman's playing very good defense in this rotation here for Minot North. Ooh, tight. Ooh, nice play.
Set up for Selly. The ball still in the air. Bradley tries to hammer it down, but again, Shipman's defense keeping this rally going. Thomaston, who she's going to send it to this time, is Lauren Selly.
Uh-oh.
They're getting tired out here.
Yeah. She gets a kill on a free ball. No way.
Of all the ways that point get ended.
Right. Excellent volleyball. But kind of besides that last
McKinley Craig will get credited with that point.
Yes, he will. Yeah, great playing there for both teams. Minot North's creeping back into this one.
Thomaston keeps that one on Dickinson's side. There's Avon Kelly with the dig for Minot North. Here comes Bradley for the near side again. Kelly. Oh, but nobody there to collect it. The rest of the Sentinels thought that one was over the net, and indeed it was not.
Minot North's creeping back in this with good defense. And not blocking. Wow, just straight up good defense in terms of their digs. So nice job by them.
Well, Dickinson has been playing good defense all night long, and they're in the lead 11-7 in set number 2 after a 25-16 first set victory. Free ball for the Midgets. Lukey has it blocked by Liam. And there is a block on the near side, the far side for Bryn Francis, but it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, if I'm Dickinson, I might be moving. I think, is it Lukey that's getting that ball on that inside shoot? Minot North's reading that. I'd move her back to the middle.
Another pass that misses its intended target. Didn't really get up in the air for Chell to get to the spot. It was Craig that sent it that way. Midgets up 13-7 on the BNC scoreboard. Chell gets the set here for Liam, and she's met at the net by a couple of Dickinson players. Paulson and Lukey, but block falls on Dickinson's side of the net.
I'm not quite sure what Liam's injury is. Obviously, it looks like a right leg issue. She doesn't get the ball a whole lot offensively, but she's been effective and definitely effective with her block.
Long pass goes over to Lukey and finishes the point for the Midgets.
That block there with Liam and Francis not sealed at the net. So obviously she did her footwork to get out there, but didn't seal it with her hands over the net. Nice job by Dickinson.
Junior libero Kaylee Embry at the service line for Dickinson. There goes Liam with the attack, but block. Nelson and Lukey with the block.
Nelson's been impressive just kind of all sides of the ball. So obviously I look at, and really you look at her stat line. I should have read the whole stat line. It's impressive. She could be one of the best well-rounded volleyball players in the state.
Out of bounds. Point for the Sentinels.
In fact, let me just say she is one of the most well-rounded volleyball players that at least I've seen in the state.
We'll get to see a lot of those players and teams on one court in the WDA Volleyball Tournament in the middle of November, the 14th, 15th, and 16th on the PSP Network Plus. Remember, subscription is required.
Right.
I know.
Well, I'd love for everyone listening to get a subscription. Yeah, beautiful.
Nelson. Ryan Family Dealerships replay of that one.
Yeah, and again, watch her hang in the air. That's the beauty of it, and she's really, honestly, I feel like she might be hitting the ball on her way down. Tough to block. That's the biggest key, is it's tough to block. So she either has no block because she's hitting over it, or a split block.
Diving forward out of bounds is Francis, but then everybody got out of position. Point for the Midgets. In a slow-moving second set, but Dickinson has maintained the 6 to 7 point lead, and a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the court will send us to break on the PSP Network. 17-10 Dickinson Midgets over Minot North.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships.
I love working with people.
We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
Taylor Hafner, the head coach of the Dickinson Midgets, again in her second season after her first coaching stop was in New England, North Dakota. Spent a couple of years there with the Tigers in the southwest part of the state. And there's some big goals she set for this Dickinson program that she took over in 2023, including winning a region championship. And the first one along the lines there is to get back to the state tournament. The Midgets haven't been to the state Class A volleyball tournament since 2012.
Beautiful play there by Minot North from Weissar. Excellent pass to a really good assist by Francis and a kill by Laskowski on the right side. Really well done out of the timeout.
One timeout remaining for, actually the scoreboard says 0. There's only one timeout left for, no, they took one early on the set. We only took one break. Another violation against the Sentinels.
You know, I'd be remiss if I, again, didn't mention for Dickinson, Embry playing so well defensively, and Homiston is setting the ball excellent.
And even Kelly with a tip kill.
Which I don't know if she's had a kill yet. So that 1 or 2, so nice job by her reading that play. It didn't feel like Dickinson was honestly ready for that play. And I just got to say here, too, hate to bring it up, you know, if Dickinson doesn't miss 3 serves this set, right, they have a commanding lead. Nice serve by Kaya Chell for Minot North.
Jenna Nelson, it's the play you talked about the first time it happened, where she gets the first pass, goes to the center, Homiston, and then it's back to number 11, Jenna Nelson, for the kill.
I don't know. I can't. How do I explain that? It's momentum, right? You get the pass. It's perfect. You are going towards your setter for a quick, and she sets you the ball. It's such a great feeling. Great offensive set by Dickinson.
Homiston doesn't set it up. She sets that one down for a point.
That could be move of the game for me thus far. That is special.
See it again on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay off that pass from Embry.
What's great about that is that it is almost a guaranteed kill by using both your hands to essentially, that's an ace serve there for Dickinson, block that thing straight down. I used to love to turn and hit it, but there's just so many other things that can happen. You have way more control. Homiston does with both her hands up, blocking it and shoving it essentially straight down. Great job by her.
Largest lead of the second set at 21-12 for Dickinson. Free ball. Set up in the middle, and a huge block there from Kelly and Francis.
Yeah,
Kelly's starting to play a little better now.
Yeah, and I still, so I think it's Selly and Lukey that are getting this inside shoot out of the middle. And I mean, honestly, Minot North's read it every single time. I would change that up if I was Dickinson.
2 players going after the ball. Nelson from the back row. Just kind of a messed up play from the start for the Midgets.
Yeah, and they have a little room here, but you never want to give a team an opportunity, and especially Minot North, which with how they take opportunities and run away with wins. Oh.
Point for Dickinson. The block falls on Minot North side. Kira Paulson with the kill.
Yeah, nice job by her. She ended up under the net there. I'm not sure if the referees didn't see that, but good kill by her to give her team an 8-point lead. And now a 9-point lead for Dickinson on that ace serve by Homiston.
Cecilia Homiston, another player in that junior class for Dickinson.
Yeah, Hafner's got to be happy about that. She's got Homiston to Nelson a whole nother year.
Here's Bradley. She's a junior as well. Homiston sets that one over and out of bounds.
Shipman likes to play pretty deep on defense there, so she knew that ball was going out.
Kylie Keller checks in for the second time in this second set as Weissar goes to the bench. 15-23 is your score. Minot North is service line. Kelly in the back row sets it up for Shipman. Oh, what a dig there from Nelson. Oh, but the play doesn't get finished by Dickinson.
Yeah, it was a tough play there at the net, but awesome job by Nelson. And what I'm really enjoying about Shipman's back row attacks, Owen, is that she's just not hitting them straight. She literally goes up there and she tries to, hit it to sharp corners, whether that's 1 or that's 5. So she's not afraid to go up there and really be athletic in the back row.
An opportunity for Keller, taken away by the double hit by the setter, Kaya Chell.
Set point here, Owen, for Dickinson.
It's brought to you by Serve Pro, 24/7 emergency service and trained technicians using advanced technology and specializing in fire and water cleanup and restoration at Serve Pro. Selly with the serve. Chell sets up for Francis. It gets blocked. And another double hit against the Sentinels. Back-to-back plays like that. A tough way to end set 2 for Minot North. Both of the first 2 games go 25-16 in favor of the Midgets. Back with the third set after this commercial break on the PSP Network.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Today's broadcast of high school volleyball on the PSP Network is brought to you in part by Planet Pizza. There's no pizza like it. Call now at 701-852-1700 to place an order. Serving the Magic City for over 25 years. Choose from the Blue Buffalo or even the plain cheese at Planet Pizza. Your mouth and belly will thank you. And their phone number 701-852-1700. We have the Planning Team Financial Advisor Shots Crossroads postgame show coming up after this one goes final, which could be after this set. Dickinson going for the sweep against Minot North after beating the Sentinels in 5 sets at home earlier this season.
Dickinson is running a very efficient offense, and the reason is there are flashes of times that Minot North is playing quality defense, but it's not consistent enough. And that is both defensively in terms of digs and then touches on the block. When Minot North puts up almost no resistance, then Dickinson has the freedom to swing away, whether it's Nelson or Selly or Bradley or Paulson, right? And Homiston has her way just distributing it wherever. So when Minot North has had a couple runs, it's because they've played better defense. But overall, Dickinson is just really in terms of their offense. Interesting start to set 3 here. You have Captain Katie Shipman going in goal, Wondrasic, asking about something. I don't know. It's something with blocking. And the only thing that comes to mind for me was that Homiston play, but and then if she's going up and talking, trying to delay, it could be just a ploy. But we're going to get going here with set 3 with Minot North's Bryn Francis serving the ball. Out.
Well, I came prepared with stats about service.
Oh, good.
The first meeting these two teams had, Dickinson had, in the ace stat category, Dickinson over Minot North 12-2.
Oh, wow.
In service aces, the first meeting these two teams had against one another.
Big block by Homiston and Lukey. Jersey Lukey for Dickinson for a point.
Another of the juniors.
Yeah,
class
they have
for
a
Dickinson.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think what Coach Hafner hopes to do is get into maybe the top 4 of WDA, try to get to state with this team, and then have all the expectations for next year with that senior class.
Well, you might have just segued into our new segment, the trivia question today. Dickinson has not gone to state since 2012, and
That's not that long ago.
It's not that long ago, but here's your trivia question. Not counting Watford City and Turtle Mountain, and of course Minot North, who have never made a state tournament at the Class A level, who are the 2 WDA schools with longer state tournament droughts than 2012?
Minot High. Nice ball. Shipman's playing well. She's hit a couple balls, one out of the front row, one out of the back row that have landed well. And you said, who can I not count? Turtle Mountain?
Watford City.
Watford City. Okay, I'm going to go with Minot High and Williston.
You were right on.
And that was a guess. But I've also followed the last, obviously, 3 years and know a little bit about the programs.
That's good. I was going to ask somebody that didn't know anything.
What do I win? Oh, there's
Nelson. The kill there for Jenna Nelson. Didn't think that far into that segment.
You also didn't think that I would guess right.
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
and
I actually am considering going to state this year just because I've gotten a little bit more involved. Thank you, Nick and PSP Network, gotten a little more involved with state, both Class A and Class B volleyball. So thinking about heading to Fargo.
Nelson, that hit goes out of bounds. We're still even here in the third set at 3-3. Sentinels to serve. It'll be Kate Weissar.
Yeah, and Minot North's coming out the best of this entire match in terms of the start of the set. At least the best competitively. Nice pass by Bradley.
Dump by Homiston goes well out of bounds.
Yeah, which I honestly haven't seen her do yet. I was wondering.
Tried it
thing.
in the first set, I believe it was, but Minot North caught it.
Okay.
The Sentinels have a lead. 4-3.
Yeah, that's
we have not said that a lot today. Point for the Midgets, and the lead is gone after 1 point.
Yeah, Nelson loves to hit that ball out of the middle there. And honestly, I feel like if there was a bit more time here, and I'm sure Minot North looking at the tape, or anybody that looks at the tape, should really kind of key on the multiple times that Nelson gets the ball. Because it's pretty regular, I'm noticing. Yeah, it's pretty regular.
There's Nelson with that service error for Dickinson.
And I'm counting 6 for them for the match, and Minot North with 2. That's what I'm counting on my stat sheet, Owen.
Still the aces in favor of the Midgets today. There's the block from Craig and Kelly.
Yeah, nice job by Craig and Kelly, and they have a 2-point lead.
Both of them juniors for Minot North. Only 4 total seniors on the varsity rosters for these two teams combined. Point for the Midgets.
Yeah, that was a tough serve receive pass there by Nelson, but she got the ball back to get a back row attack. Trust me, it's not planned. You don't purposefully pass a ball so that you get set back there. Nice job by Homiston, who's serving for Dickinson.
Short serve there, and sliding in was Shipman. Thomaston sets it for Lexi Bradley. Dig by Chell. Another back row attack for Shipman. Ball up for Kiera Paulson. And Paulson has the kill.
Yeah, nice job by Paulson. Great setting by Thomaston, and honestly, great defense and serve receive by Jenna Nelson.
Kiera Paulson, kind of a late call up for this Dickinson High School varsity team. Another one of those junior class members. In the short time she's been on the varsity team, obviously making quite the impact. 32 kills, 4.5 blocks coming in.
Nice dig by Embry. Oh, no.
Thomaston sets it to Bradley. Oh, she saved it. Or we get that Ryan Family Dealership replay ready, and the point goes to the Midgets.
And if no touch, she's laughing. She must have missed the play call from the setter.
Yeah, Bradley went to the left of Thomaston, but the ball went to the right, and Bradley somehow still made that play.
And honestly, I love that she went and gave max effort to try to give her team another chance, likely realizing it was her fault that she didn't remember what the play call was.
It puts Dickinson in the lead here in the third set until that ball ends up in the student section. Having a tough time figuring out what the theme is today across the way.
Well, there's people in, well, it's one of the colder days, I think, in the fall here in Minot, and so we got some people in beach shirts. Nice swing there by Bradley. The girl that is giving max effort here, whether she knows she's getting the ball or not. Nice job by the junior, 5'11", right side hitter, Lexi Bradley.
Sully with the serve.
Little slide play there. Nice job by Avon.
Another one for Kiera Paulson. Dig by Weissar. Opportunity here for the Midgets as Nelson sets up Bradley. Another dig from Kaya Chell.
Good play.
McKinley Craig will get the kill there. She just tips it over the net.
So I think I've said this to you before, Owen, and definitely to my fans. Hitting short six. If you don't know really what you want to do offensively, you send it to short six because that's usually where the gap in defense is. Ooh, net violation.
Shipman a little bit too aggressive there.
I think Minot North has maybe 5 net violations.
That's more than that.
Right, and so like just think, they haven't missed a lot of serves, but the net violation hurts just as bad.
Emory to start this point, 9-8 Dickinson. Again, a win in set 3 will do it for the Midgets. A straight set victory over Minot North as they continue to try and get into the picture of being a top 4 team. Right into the quarterfinals, avoiding the play-in round. Shipman on the near side. Off the block of Dickinson, they keep it alive.
Nice dig by Embry.
Free ball for the Midgets, so they can track that pass down. It was Selly flying out of bounds.
Try to get a setup here for Minot North.
Goes to Shipman, stays on her side of the court. And that one drops in the corner. Point for the Midgets.
Kind of confused why, and I think Craig is getting a little direction here from Coach Francis why.
A little bit late to react to that ball was McKinley Craig.
Yeah, definitely Craig and Weissar. Not sure whose ball it was, but somebody should still try to go.
Low serve from Embry.
Great pass by Shipman. She should get that ball.
And she gets down the point.
That's a beautiful play there. And again, there's that whole idea as probably the best hitter on the team. If you give a good serve receive pass, you really are in that kind of like high momentum and high energy. You want to get that set. So good job by the setters to give that serve receive passer, likely your best hitter, the ball so she can have a kill. Nice job by Shipman.
And there we go again. Serve receive into the attack for Lexi Bradley, but the Sentinels pick up another dig. Their defensive effort has definitely been going up as the match goes on. Point for the Midgets.
Thomaston to Nelson. Again, we're going to be saying that a lot in the next year and a half. Thomaston to Nelson. It is a very beautiful thing to watch. It's a lower outside set, not quite a shoot in terms of speed, but it's not a high ball. It's kind of in the middle. And Nelson and Thomaston are just timed perfectly. to get a lot of kills. There it is.
Dig by Nelson, but the ball goes into the net after Lukey touched it.
I'm not sure if Shipman meant to do that. Nice play by her. Not sure if she meant to, but if I'm her or any outside player, that's not a terrible idea to try to get Nelson to play defense kind of inside of the court, because then she can't get that nice ball that I just talked about outside, which is really efficient for her kill efficiency.
Kill for Jenna Nelson. It's been a while since she picked up the last kill. 12-10 lead for Dickinson. It has been a close set 3.
Definitely the most competitive.
Service error there by Lukey. Aniston Perrin comes out of the court for Minot North. And again, the difference we see with many teams compared to the Sentinels is how often the Sentinels go to their bench and how many players they use. Dickinson, I think we've seen 7 players get in today. Minot North, probably close to 11.
Yeah, that's a really good observation, Owen. And it's not like Dickinson doesn't have a bunch of players that are sitting there ready, right? They just have a more clear-cut rotation. Nice space. Nice ball by Ambery to put it back in position 1. Now they'll get a free ball, Dickinson. See what they do.
Thomaston to Nelson.
Great dig by Bradley. Great pass, defensive pass to get that Thomaston to Nelson.
I'm going to be saying that a lot just in the month of November, covering that WDA volleyball tournament. Yeah. See it again on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Their commitment and respect for their customers is as strong today as it was 50 years ago. Experience the difference when you visit their 5 locations in Minot or Williston, or shop online at driveryan.com. Another kill for the Midgets, and now they're growing a bit of a lead here in the 3rd set.
Yeah, and honestly, Minot North's just out of sorts in terms of their defense.
Nelson at the service line for Dickinson. A win plus some help today could put Dickinson in the top 4 of the WDA standings, brought to you by Shields of Minot and Bismarck.
Good touch by Avon Kelly.
But Kelly with the block, and now Craig with the kill. And those standings brought to you by Shields. They have every sporting good possible, along with footwear and fashion. Shop online at shields.com, a proud supporter of the PSPNR's mission of promoting local athletes.
Grade 10 player there in for Minot North, Aniston Perrin.
Service error by Chell. Well, the help that Dickinson can get today. Legacy, who's a half game ahead of the Midgets, is at Mandan. Minot, who's also a half game ahead, they're hosting Turtle Mountain.
Hosting tonight?
And they already won. Minot High 3-0 over Turtle Mountain.
Because I'm seeing some Minot High players here,
yeah.
And I was like, well, if they're hosting, then I think the match is over. Nice block by Shipman. Yeah, you know what? I'm seeing Shipman with a little bit of energy here. She's going to really have to fire her team up. I mean, honestly, Minot North, keep this set close. Just keep it close. You never know.
Craig with the serve.
Beautiful set.
Thomaston over to Lexi Bradley. Another dig there from McKinley Craig in the back row, and Kelly finishes the point. Avon Kelly.
Yeah, I love that play there because, you know, Francis is pushed all the way to the sideline, and Kelly came to her, so knew that her setter was over there and came to her to run a quick out of, obviously, what you would hope was the middle, but it wasn't there. Great play by those two. And now Minot North. Ace by McKinley Craig, and they have a 1-point lead, and Dickinson is calling a timeout.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
An ace for McKinley Craig, followed by a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the court. Minot North with a lead in the third set, not anymore. Kill for Lauren Selly, and it's 16 all.
Yeah, nice pass there by Nelson to Homiston, who's really playing well. Cecilia Homiston playing very well as the setter. 5-1 setter for Dickinson tonight.
Even Kelly from one side of the court to the other.
Yeah, that's a beautiful play. That's how a slide, well, honestly, a slide, gosh, it's so fun to watch when it's run with good timing, because then Kelly can go down the line or she can go sharp cross court. Really athletic play by her there. Nice set.
And now Kelly goes back to serve. Homiston sets up for Lukey. No jump, but gets it over the net.
Nice play by Ali Chell. She was turned the wrong way, and she's going to get the ball again. And this is where I think Liam's supposed to be in there, and so good job by Ali Chell.
Free ball for the Sentinels. Looking to double their lead.
Nice
Shipman
play.
pushes it to the opposite side of the court, out of the reach of Kara Paulson.
2-point lead for Minot North.
It's pretty much as big as the as big as the lead has been for the Sentinels today.
And again, sophomore middle hitter coming in for some critical moments. Ali Chell, credit to her.
Yeah, Liam has been a bit banged up recently. Was with the athletic trainer in the earlier sets. Taking out the right ankle. Another point for the Sentinels. They lead 19-16 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. And Dickinson goes through to the bench here as Ava Hauk checks in. So they're using more than just one off the bench.
Yeah,
the Midgets.
And the plan here is obviously to get the server off of their serving game here.
Still Lukey that gets the set from Celia Homiston. Shipman tries to kick one past Homiston, doesn't work. Now Shipman again, this time takes a full swing at it.
Wow.
Homiston and Nelson keep that one up for the Midgets. In the net was Chow. That's just the third time on her she's been calling for a net violation.
That ball was tough for the back row setter to come in and get, and she honestly had probably of that series of plays, most of the balls were super tight. That was a tough one for Kaya Chell. Important part of the match here.
It's getting late in the third set. Dickinson trailing 17-19. It was Embry with the serve and Bradley with the kill. The Ryan Family Dealerships replay of the last Dickinson point.
I would say hands down, Dickinson has been way more effective on that right side in terms of consistent setting there than Minot North.
One pass and it's back, one touch and it's back over the net for the Midgets. Chance for Jenna Nelson, but a dig by Kate Weissar. Reaching back for the kill was Katie Shipman. Another dig there for the Midgets, and Nelson tries it again. Blocked at the net.
By Chell and Francis. Look at Chell coming in and making a difference.
Chell in the middle, not going to get it. Instead, it's Shipman on the near side. And again, Homiston taking away a lot of points from the Sentinels. Chell out of bounds, though. I don't like what you're seeing, though, for number 16.
And I think they still have. I think this is Coach Francis's first called timeout, so she's got one in the bank. What a set. I mean, here we go. Minot North never going to quit.
That was our Northern Plains Heating and Air keys to the game. No quit. And for Dickinson, it was control the pace of the game. They did that very much so in the first two sets, but similarly to what we saw last Tuesday, Minot North, the third set was the important one. This is a First International Bank and Trust timeout, and First International Bank and Trust is a full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built on the bond between are employees and customers founded in 1910 and growing to serve rural and urban communities across Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com. We mentioned where Dickinson's at in the Shields of Minot and Bismarck standings earlier in this third set in 5th, so on the bubble there of avoiding the play-in round. Minot North, they can't avoid the play-in round, but they can do a lot to host a play-in round game on November the 7th.
Nice job by Embry putting that ball in play for Dickinson.
Back to volleyball here. Shipman, the touch for Minot North,
Big
and then
block.
helps with Chell on the block.
Shipman should get the ball a lot here in these final moments of set 3. I want to give some credit to her. She's up there hanging up in the air and doing quite a bit of strong tipping. And then Homiston on the Dickinson side is picking up her tips. So a nice little duel there. Kind of a free ball here for North. Nice spot by Bryn Francis.
Francis finds the corner of the court. Nobody was there in time for Dickinson. We'll take a quick break here on the PSP Network following a First International Bank and Trust timeout by Taylor Hafner of the Dickinson Midgets.
We've changed our name, but we haven't changed the DNA of who we are. We still offer the best product at the best price with the same people. For over 25 years, we've been your only choice for tires in the local area, providing all major brands under one roof at a fair price for your family's budget. Plus that excellent service after the sale with free rotations, free alignment check, free flat repairs with our exclusive Plus plan. That tradition continues today. Looking for tires you can trust? Choose us. Trusted Tire and Auto.
They don't know it's officially felt season now. It was cold outside today.
Yeah, it was definitely a little chilly after I think I golfed my last outdoor round in North Dakota last night. It was 79 when I hit the Varden Golf Course at 5 o'clock.
Yesterday was great.
Yeah. Big serve there. Nice job by Francis to keep that ball in play. Huge dig by McKinley Craig.
And another one from Francis, keeping this point alive for the Sentinels, who lead 21-19 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Lexi Bradley out of bounds.
Yeah, and that started, that was a free ball for Dickinson, and that ball was not passed well enough on that free ball by Sully. And so, big point, Minot North. Up 3 here late in set 3.
Service error by Francis.
Lexi Bradley serving for Dickinson. Down 2.
Francis the pass to Katie Shipman again. Program record, tied her own program record with 17 kills against Minot High. They're a bit of a miscommunication with Weissar as they let the ball drop in front of them. Dickinson 1 point behind Minot North here late in the third set.
Up 2 sets to none, so obviously this set is critical for Minot North to extend the match. Nice pass by Craig.
Francis sets up for Shipman right in the middle and actually hits Coach Hafner.
Not quite sure what happened there. That is a long ways out of bounds.
Well, Shipman hasn't played too much in the middle. Usually outside, trying to sweep that across the court. That's my best guess.
Dickinson's tied it up.
Ball stuck in the back row here for the Sentinels. Liam will give a free ball to the Midgets, looking for the lead, and they will get it thanks to Jersey Lukey.
Feels like there's 1,000 timeouts in this set.
Well, they've used them all up now. First International Bank and Trust timeout taken by Carrie Francis of the Minot North Sentinels. Another reminder, we'll have the planning team financial advisor Shots Crossroads post-game show coming up following today's match. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit them online at planningteam.com, helping clients work toward financial freedom. We'll also name our Sport Clips MVP of the match and the Serve Pro move of the game in that post-game show.
Critical 4-point run here for Dickinson.
And it started with a service error. Bradley serving for another point for the Midgets. She's played very well today.
Nice pass by Weissner.
Offensively and defensively. There's a nice offense from Katie Shipman. Tying the third set once again.
So now what happens here is Shipman goes to the back row, right? So who's going to get the ball for Minot North in the front row? Now have Unique. You have Liam and Chell, which hasn't happened the entire match in the front row.
Along with McKinley Craig. Here goes Jenna Nelson flying towards the net. Gets the tip kill for Dickinson. Serve Pro match point on the board.
Yeah, and Liam and Chell got what they wanted, which was touch on the Nelson hit, but obviously just didn't seal. This is interesting to happen this late in the match. So you have two new players together on the floor, especially in the front row for Minot North.
24/7 emergency service and trained technicians use advanced technology. You can specialize in fire and water, cleanup and restoration at Serve Pro. Just one Serve Pro match point up there for Dickinson here at the end of the third set. McKinley Craig for the Sentinels goes up. Not necessarily a strong hit, and just slamming the door on this match was Cecilia Homiston. Made a play like that earlier. You nominated as a move of the game, and that one might just be it.
Yeah, you got it. You're reading my mind, Owen.
Yes.
Big match win, 3-0 Dickinson versus Minot North.
Kind of looked like a slam dunk going over the net from the 6'1 setter, Cecilia Homiston. 25-23 is your third set score. We'll recap today's match on the PSP Network after this commercial break.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shaw's Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shaw's Crossroads.
After a 3-0 sweep of the Minot North Sentinels on their own court, we're joined by our Sport Clips MVP of the match, Jenna Nelson, to begin. Our Planning Team Financial Advisors, Shots Crossroads post-game show. Jenna, talk about coming on the road, the long road trip to Minot, and starting out as quickly as you guys did today in sets 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, I knew this was going to be like a pretty tough game, but I think everybody just had confidence in ourselves, and when we come off strong, it's easier to keep pushing, and so yeah, everybody just had that confidence in the mentality that we were going to come out here and do good. So,
Jenna, I made an announcement, I think, in set 2, calling you probably one of the most well-rounded top players in the state. So what I want to say to you is congratulations on playing the game on all kind of facets so well. What do you like most about the sport, and what do you like to compete in? Like, which aspect of the sport do you love the most?
Yeah, I would say the thing I love the most is just our team chemistry. We're all pretty close, and I have just the best girls on the team. I love them all so much. And I would say my favorite part is probably just getting that big kill. I mean, it's a big momentum taker, and it just shows like everybody has trust in me, and every time my setter Cecilia can give me a perfect ball, it's just like we know it's going to go down, and it's just so much fun to see everybody's faces light up.
Okay, so let's talk about these kills. Okay, a couple things with you. Obviously, I just asked you what your track events were because you're super successful at that. You're a high jumper. It's beyond obvious that your approach and your vertical has a lot to do with your attack. Because from my perspective up here, there's a lot of times, Jenna, when you're on your way down, hitting the ball, but it's awesome in terms of like getting the block off their game. Mm-hmm. So, Homiston to Nelson, how many times have we talked about that all year? And let's talk a little bit about your setter, Cecilia Homiston.
Yeah, we've been playing together since we were in about 6th grade, so the connection has just grown ever since, and we play club together too, but she's literally the best thing I could ever ask for. I mean, she works so hard on and off the court, in the weight room, off season. Like, she's literally the best you could ever have. Like, doesn't let a ball hit the ground, and if she makes a mistake, it's like, it's a perfect ball next time. Like, she literally feeds me the ball perfectly every time. I just love her so much.
Do you guys work a little bit on that? It's not a high ball, and it's not a fast shoot. It just seems to kind of be in the middle. I'm guessing you work on that over and over in practice. It's pretty effective.
Yeah, we try and like switch it up a couple times because obviously the blockers are going to be set pretty close, but just keeping the blockers offset. But yeah, we do work on it a lot in practice, just working on our timing and stuff.
It shows because it's. I feel like your kill efficiency is probably one of the highest in the state as well, just with that basic set, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, now I love this play, and I used to love it as a setter. So you get the ball on serve receive. Mm-hmm. You make the pass. You're almost getting the ball every single time you make that pass. Is that planned? Because you are the most explosive hitter on the Dickinson team, that when you serve receive and it's awesome, and you can see Cecilia's getting it, are you going for that almost 100% of the time?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, a lot of people on the other court will think like, oh, she passed it, like they're not going to go to her, so it kind of gets them like their feet offset. So we try to. I mean, sometimes we don't, but pretty much, yeah, I'm expecting to get the ball.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Talk a little bit about this team. You're kind of in that 5th spot, right, where you're going to have to play a play-in game as it stands right now in the WDA. What do you want this team to achieve in the last 3 matches of the season?
Yeah, we're hoping to come out clean with all future wins and hoping to get a higher seed. But our whole goal this season has been to get to state. We've been cut short 2 years in a row, and we're just sick of it. So we're coming out guns a-blazing, and we're going to get there.
That's awesome, Jenna. And obviously the WDA is going to be in Minot, so we look forward to seeing you. Yeah. Hopefully, and then obviously your long-term goal of getting to state. I hope that works out for you. Congratulations.
Thank
Wonderful
you.
match tonight.
Thank you so
Have
much.
a safe drive home, okay? And see you in Minot.
Perfect.
Hopefully, November 14th.
Yeah.
A lot of huge matches coming up for Dickinson, including Jamestown and the Minot High Midgets later on in the schedule. Thank you for joining us, Jenna.
Thank you.
Planning Team Financial Advisors.
Thank you.
Shots Crossroads postgame show back at 30 on the PSP Network.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with the hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
Our Planning Team Financial Advisor, Shots Crossroads Postgame Show, brought to you in part by Shots Crossroads, your postgame headquarters. Order online at shotscrossroads.com for their delicious menu that includes the famous number 99. Team buses are always welcome at Shots Crossroads. We already heard from our MVP of the match, so let's talk about this match that lasted just 3 sets. Kind of a rarity for us here on the PSP Network, getting out of here a bit earlier than usual, but it was because of the great start for the Midgets today on the road here in Sentinel Gymnasium, which has treated the home team so well this season.
Yeah, they had powerful starts in set 1 and 2 that just totally set the tone for the rest of the match. Minot North, give them credit, they were much more competitive in set 3 and frankly had a lead, right? They were at, I think it was 22-19. Yep, so that at a critical moment. So you had to give Dickinson a bunch of credit for really they ran that out then at the end to get to the 25-23 win for set 3. Dickinson just was much more efficient offensively, and much of that has to do with a lack of resistance from Minot North on the defensive side, both blocking at the net. It got better when Liam and Chell had some touches and Kelly, but and better defensive digging on the Minot North side. It just nowhere was near enough to put up a huge push to try to get this match to the 4th set or the 5th set. So kudos to Dickinson. They came up on the road. Huge win in the Minot North gym.
Yeah, let's talk about the Sentinels side of this match, and there was a lot of different pieces. Once again, we see it from Minot North, kind of going against what the substitution patterns have been. Obviously, Liam's health has been a factor for them, not seeing Liam so much throughout the middle part of the year. But at the very end, we saw Liam and Chell come together and make some nice defensive plays. Is that kind of something we should see a little more of for the Sentinels here in the later part of the season?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was because Chell worked hard coming in for Liam in the 1 rotation. So then the next time around, they thought instead of Laskowski, keep Chell out there and bring in Liam on the middle side and Chell goes to the right side. I don't know. There's 2 different schools of thought, right? Like you want to keep things consistent so that kids have patterns. But I also love the fact that they gave Allie Chell an opportunity because she really did come in there and make some good plays. So I would bet, though, as you run into the playoffs, Owen, you really do want a consistent group out there. It doesn't mean that if you're down big, you want some sort of spark plugs to come in and change around a match. But really, overall, your goals are to make sure that you have your set lineup, and they will be your 6 or 6 to 9 or 6 to 10 players that are going to play. And like you said, on the opposite side, Dickinson really had the same 7.
Yeah.
Right? I think Embry comes in there and Paulson. Otherwise, the rest of the group from Bradley, Selly, maybe Lukey gets subbed out there. Obviously, Nelson, Homiston are in there the entire time. And what that does is that just creates a lot more chemistry on the floor and consistency on the floor when you have the same players all the time.
Let's hand out some awards in this post-game show, starting with our Serve Pro move of the game. Does it go to Homiston?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And here's why. I mean, there's a couple big hits that Shipman had. That there was one that I think Nelson drilled off somebody's head. But for me, watching a setter do something unique and new, I love that. And I mean, yeah, of course I'm partial to it because I was a setter for 10 years, right?
All right.
So that's a move I never had. I don't know if I could have had it because I didn't have the vertical that Jenna Nelson and obviously Cecilia Homiston have. But this double-handed kill is a beautiful thing to watch, and it really is almost unstoppable unless the blocker on the opposition side sees what's about to happen and gets up and puts a couple hands to redirect that thing or block it. But just like any second hit for a setter, noticing that defense on the opposite side is out of whack, that's a great time to do that play. And I tell you what, it is the move of the game. And she did it twice.
Yes.
She did it twice for kills in that match, so she gets a double move of the game. Can you get double move of the game?
That might be the first one ever on the PSP network. It works. Cecilia Homiston takes home 2 Serve Pro Move of the Game awards. And as for our Sport Clips MVP of the match, Jenna Nelson today. Again, I think specifically for Dickinson, it was offensive and defense. There was so many players that wowed, especially on the defensive side of things today for the Midgets, including, of course, Jenna Nelson.
Yeah, and I'll get back to Jenna, especially I loved her answer when I asked her about being well-rounded. Embry played really well. In fact, for me, probably for set 1, she was player of the game. She just did a nice job, both with serve, receive, passing, and defensive digging. It was pretty consistent by her. Homiston, wow, she's fun to watch. And, she's not super duper flashy. She's consistent. There was one play that I saw her do where she was facing us or facing the right side. She had to literally watch that pass and make a 180 and set the ball out to power. So that just says a lot about her court awareness, her ability to get herself in position and make a consistent set. But yeah, Jenna Nelson, MVP tonight. And, I asked, if you play back the interview, I asked her, you're the most well-rounded, one of the most well-rounded players in the state. What part of that aspect of volleyball do you love the most? And she goes to team chemistry. Isn't that cool? Right?
Pretty
She
good.
doesn't talk about herself. She talks about the team, right? And that's really important. And it will be important for Dickinson to creep into that 4th spot to try to get a bye in those quarterfinals and not have a play-in game. That will be critical. Also, if they get into the WDA, when they get into the WDA playoffs, that team chemistry is going to be key to them getting to state, their ultimate goal.
Yeah, the MVP of today's match brought to you by Sport Clips. They're the home of the MVP haircut experience. Check it online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com or use the app. There's a couple of huge games left for the Dickinson Midgets this season. A double counter on the road a week from today at Jamestown. Jamestown is the team in 6th place, so 2 wins for the Blue Jays could really shake things up, but 2 wins for the Midgets can make things a lot clearer for them. And then the final match of the season in Dickinson, it's the Midgets against Minot High. It could be a playoff into getting that quarterfinal spot and avoiding the play-in match. There's a lot to keep track of for WDA Volleyball in these final 2 weeks, especially this Dickinson team.
So I have a timeout on this one. So you're telling me that the double counter could really super impact the play-in games?
Everybody pretty much has one double counter remaining. Minot North plays a double counter next Tuesday at St. Mary's. That one will play a huge factor in seeding, but especially that one at Jamestown for getting a bye.
Are we calling games then on Tuesday?
On Tuesday, we'll have Minot High versus Legacy.
Okay, so we will. Oh, that's not us. Is that me?
I think so.
Oh, it is me. Good, I'll be there.
Okay. I don't know who else it would be.
Okay, it's me. I'll be there. Well, we got to make sure we watch that double counter game of Dickinson at Jamestown. I might have to get a parent to text me a couple of the scores as that match is happening, because that I really do think that is going to be big, and it's a double counter.
Your final score today from Sentinel Gymnasium, 25-16, 25-16, 25-23 in favor of the Midgets. This may end up being the last time we see the Sentinels on the PSP Network. No more regular season broadcast for this team. They'll be in a play-in game, which we won't have coverage of. We'll be at the District 12 volleyball tournament on that Tuesday. It's a possibility we don't really want to have happen. Want to see the Sentinels team. Obviously, we've seen what they're capable of, but obviously it's kind of must-win now for the Sentinels from here on out.
Yeah, and I'd love to see a Minot at the WDA. That would be fun.
The rubber match.
But yeah, that's right. But if we don't see them again, I gotta say one of the craziest matches I've ever been a part of in my entire career of volleyball was last week's, and so I thank them for that incredible show and pulling out that win. But you know, they have some really good coaching. Again, Sherry Carlson, you know, thanks to her for coming up here and giving us a huge kudos, and she's just a class act. And when you have that kind of experience on the bench, you never count out a team. And Coach Francis has done a good job of honestly creating various different environments, it seems, for the kids to be challenged and become resilient. And so honestly, look for Minot North to play as well as they can here in the last little stretch. And then that play-in game's going to be interesting for them, because if they get a big win that night, watch out. I wouldn't want to play them at WDA in that first round.
Again, this is Sentinels team that started out conference play 5-3, but their last 9 matches 1-8 as they close out their final 4 matches of the season against teams in the bottom 6 of the WDA standings. All of those matches against teams in the bottom half of the league. Well, that'll do us.
I got one more thing to say, and it's just so fun to see you guys. And I know I talked a little bit about club volleyball and a lot of these kids having way more opportunity outside of their high school sports time, because we're sitting here up here and we're, you know, finishing up the broadcast, and I'm seeing players from various teams talking, and that's because they play club together. And so kudos to all the people who have impacted club volleyball in this area, because I am seeing the amazing results of that, and that is camaraderie and kids just helping each other, helping other kids, and getting better at the sport. So fun to see here at the Minot North Gym as we close up.
And that will do it for our planning team financial advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show tonight. For our great PSP Network crew putting on tonight's show, my color commentator Melissa Spelchen, I'm Owen Patterson, repeating your final score for the final time. It's Dickinson 3, Minot North nothing. We have high school volleyball on Thursday from Bismarck. Bismarck High and St. Mary's will be back here at Minot Volleyball on Tuesday. Minot High and Legacy top 4 in the region right now as we speak, and it's likely going to be that way when they meet again on Tuesday.
That's going to be good, Owen. See you on Tuesday.
Sure will. For all you folks watching at home, I'm Owen Patterson saying, have a good night, everybody.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shots Crossroads Fuel to Food reward program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shots Crossroads.